Welcome, everyone, to Constructed Chaos, where we run a D&D live stream every single Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Time, and where tonight we are running probably one of the most special D&D live streams we've ever had on the channel, because tonight, my friends, you are playing D&D with me. No, there's nobody else at the table except for one voice in my head, who also happens to be my wife. Say hi to Morgan, everyone. She's helping out behind the scenes.
Hi, Morgan.
We have a lot of new moving parts here for tonight's stream, most of which we built over the past week, month-ish. But I have been dreaming about this for at least the past year. And I'm so excited to have all of you along with us, including the puppers, who are probably going to make a few appearances tonight, as per usual. It's just, you know, they're contributing to our garden variety chaos that we're so proud of here at Constructed Chaos. And before we get started, I want to thank Grim Reaper and XIVM for coming in with 5 gifted memberships each, making sure to pump up the stream and hype it up for everyone else. Make sure to thank your friends in chat if they have gifted you a membership. They have also given you some chaos points and given you access to some of our monthly homebrew pamphlets that I've been putting out pretty much every month since the beginning of this year. Without getting too sidetracked, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel so that after this session 0, you don't miss session 1 next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Time. Yes, tonight is a session 0, but we'll get to that in just a moment. First, I want to thank our friends over at Tabletop Beard. Tonight, I have their Game Master Beard Oil, which remains unscented for your pleasure. They have tons of amazing scents if you guys are into personifying your character in the best way you know how, while also maintaining a healthy beard. But this Game Master scent, if you're not really into the extra scents, is just a good, solid beard oil. And you can get that and more on their website at 20% off using code CHAOS20 by following the link in the description below. So go check out our friends over at Tabletop Beard. We love them. They may even pop in tonight. And do check out our friends over at Darkport. Sorry, I moved the logos. Things may look a little bit different. You may notice if you're a regular viewer here. They stream every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central Time, and their link is also in the description below. I do also have to shout out both Daniel Struve and Defiant Chaos. Thank you so much, friends, for another 5 gifted memberships each. Wow, hot start for the very first Chat Plays D&D ever.
The dice are hot.
I hope the dice are hot and continue to roll well for you guys. I do want to let you know, because this is session 0, and I want everyone to be able to participate, chaos points are not going to play so much of a role in the character creation tonight. However, next week, make sure you save up your points because they will be playing a part then. So, without further ado, I think I need to go ahead and just show you guys what we're cooking here. Welcome to Depths of Nerethys. This is where you guys will be hanging out with me. Everyone in the chat is going to have a chance to basically take over these characters that we're creating tonight. And by extension, you guys are going to take turns creating the actual characters tonight. And we'll see exactly how chaotic things get. If you guys want to participate, you'll need to type !roleplay into the chat to opt in to the system. And whenever we select somebody to pilot one of the characters for a temporary period of time, it will be checking to see who's active in chat to make sure that we're not picking somebody that might have clicked off of the video and isn't here. We're not waiting on anyone. So make sure you're active in chat. Make sure that you are role-played into the system. And I think we're probably ready to just go ahead and kick things off.
One thing I want to add.
Yeah.
And I already lost it. Oh my
It's already
God.
gone.
It's already gone. What was I going to say?
Voice in my head. What are you doing?
Voice in my head. What was I going to say? And it'll come to me.
It'll come to you later. So for right now, let's go ahead and select our first chatter who will be embodying character 1.
Tracy!
Tracy, you are playing character 1 for the next foreseeable amount of time. We're going to be jumping between a lot of you guys, so don't feel like you've missed out too much if you weren't selected right off the bat. Now, before Tracy, we start trying to figure out who this character is, who your character is, we need to take a look at where this campaign is happening. The city of Nerethys, here you can see it on the map, is sort of a city-state country composed of 2 massive islands connected by an even larger bridge. People live on these islands. They live on the bridge itself. And there's some mysterious, we'll call them rumors circulating about an ancient civilization that was once underneath the water. So your characters will have been hired to investigate, and I'll leave it at that. But just so you know, there will be a little bit of underwater antics with this campaign, if you didn't already get that from the intro.
Is this pre or post liberation?
This is post-liberation. This actually takes place not long after the adventurers in Legacy of the Ashen left Nerethys. So you'll be kind of picking up the pieces where they left off. But with all that explained... Oh, Justin, thank you for the 10 gifted memberships, man.
Wow.
Welcome in. Chat is moving so fast. I'm having trouble keeping up. But thank you.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say. This is the most that chat has ever gone off. So keep us honest. If I miss something or Alex misses something, just tag one of us and we'll see it. Or you can message me on Discord and yell at me. I'll see that too.
Yeah, absolutely. So now that we know where this campaign is taking place, Tracy, you're going to have the honor of telling us what class this character is. That's a big decision, but I think you're up for it. If you want to tell us what class you want to play, type !say and then whatever message you want. And the mechanics behind the stream will automatically speak the words. Later, I'll even be able to change the voices depending on the characters.
Woo!
Yeah. So let us know, Tracy, whenever you're ready, and I can't wait to see what you pick. Are we gonna?
I don't think we have any restrictions. He's asking if we have character.
There are no class restrictions. However, we're going to be doing level 3 characters to start, and we're not going to be doing multi-classing, just to kind of simplify the character creation process. Sorcerer. Okay, very cool. Let's go ahead and add our class, Sorcerer.
Yes, Brett, we can play Artificer. If you get selected, I'll allow it.
Now, Tracy, you got to go ahead and pick Sorcerer, so we're going to go ahead and shuffle you out so that somebody else can roll the hit dice for the next 3 levels and see how that goes.
And if there's anything while we're doing this, you guys, like we said, brand new system, if there's anything that you guys think we should change or you have any feedback, go ahead and join our Discord and just drop it in there and just let us know, because we are looking to improve, just like I'm sure everyone else is. The roll dice command on your turn will be !roll, and if you are selected to roll stats, it will be !roll stat. And now, Justin!
Justin, perfect. You didn't bribe me, I promise. I'm so glad that you get to pilot the character next. You will be rolling the hit dice for us. As you know, sorcerers use a D6 hit die, so go ahead and roll...
Exclamation roll.
Yeah, and you can actually do 3d6.
Yeah.
The dice math is very smart here.
Yeah. If anyone's interested in the back-end coding section, this is all written in C#, and it is very cool, actually. I was having fun helping Alex last night, looking at some of the logic on the back end. Is it 6 plus 2d6? Because the first one...
Oh, it would be 6 plus 2d6.
Yeah, thank you.
Let's go ahead and re-roll that. Sorry.
Yeah.
Brain fart. So, Justin, I'll need you to roll the 2d6 plus 6 instead.
Yes.
The 9's not bad, though. It's pretty close to average there. Thank you, Tracy.
Odd, you cannot set characters.
Odd. I appreciate that you're trying to break the code that I made, but you know that I've definitely tested this, right? You definitely can't cheat me.
Yeah, I also was helping him last night, and I told him point blank at one point, I was like, look, if this were my desk,
11.
I
Okay.
would have decimated you.
So we're going to be starting off with 11 hit points for our sorcerer. Now we're going to go ahead and swap out again.
I bet you guys didn't know that Alex has a degree in computer science.
I almost forgot myself.
I think it's known that I have one, but I bet you guys didn't know that he has one too.
All right, let's see who's going to be next in the chair to choose our first level. Jason 96. Good to see you, man. Sorry you're not working on a paladin here, but I'll need you to help me decide what our core sorcerer traits are as far as the proficiencies. Here are your options. Go ahead and type !say and the skill proficiencies that you would like. We'll get a paladin in here yet. It'll happen.
Yeah,
We'll make it happen somehow.
You guys need to start bartering some points over here. Jason, you gotta make him want to pick a paladin.
Yeah.
Let's see what you can offer him.
I love that everyone in chat is trying to break
everything.
Yeah.
Persuasion.
Anthony, persuasion. Okay. And what about the other one? So you get a second skill proficiency as well. Let me know what the other one will be. Yeah, Anthony Pace, we are using the 2024 rules just because it's the most current. But I'm not opposed to using some of the older legacy content if you guys want to use the older Artificer. I know the new one isn't out yet.
Deception.
Deception. Okay. Persuasion and deception. Definitely building a social character here. I love that. I think that'll be very strong whenever you guys are speaking through the chat using whatever AI voice mods we've put together.
Smalker, you can grab your books if you need, but we also have all of them here. So if you have a question, just ask us. We could probably find it pretty quick.
Yeah, that'll be no problem. So we're going to save choosing the spellcasting until last. But Jason, I'm going to swap you out so we can have someone else pick our meta magic options. Defiant Chaos, another regular staple of the channel. What would you like to choose for our meta magic options? These are your options here, just so you can see them. Let me scroll down a little more.
Also,
let me know. You can let me know both of them at the same time. It can be a full message. It doesn't have to be individual text.
I'm seeing a little bit, I think maybe a little bit of confusion in the chat. The say and the roll commands will only activate if you are the character.
Correct. Yeah. And in the future, you'll have a limited number of uses before it automatically cycles you out. Just for right now, I figured it'd be a lot more fun if we're jumping around a bunch of different people trying to put these characters together. Yeah, Defiant Chaos. I know it was a big decision for Sorcerer. These are very defining traits. Can't really go wrong with Careful Spell. I feel like is really good.
Subtle Spell.
Subtle Spell is good.
Nice.
Love that one. Definitely good on a sort of social build who might be trying to hide that they're about to cast a spell. And so what'll be the second one, Defiant Chaos? I think probably, I think I know what you might go with. Twinned was definitely one of the best meta magics in the past. Not quite as good now, but still decent.
Quicken Spell.
Quicken Spell. That's what I thought you might take. Hell yeah. Awesome. Good picks. So now we're going to shuffle out, and somebody's going to get to pick the Sorcerer subclass. Arguably even more formative for your Sorcerer characters.
If I get picked again, you have to let me.
On the Bard!
Hey!
Good to see you in here. I can't wait to see what kind of broken
Ira said,
builds
oh,
you
no.
have in mind. Odd the Bard, we are going to be choosing from... well, you know what? You can choose the old stuff too if you would like, but we're definitely preferring to go with... No, Artificer is not a subclass, unfortunately. You may still get to choose for the other two characters. We'll have to see. And, you know, I don't want to put this, like, meta implication out into the universe too quickly, but if you guys decide you don't like a character, when you get to pilot them in the future, you can just, you know, be really suicidal. You can unalive the character.
We're sheer odd. Pick, buddy.
This is, as you can already tell, this is surely going to be the most chaotic stream on the entire channel. And I love that it's gotten off to a raucous start. Yeah, Drasani said, Alex, no! Yeah, look, I'm just putting it out there. You guys have to actually do the thing. That's not up to me. Odd, what you got, man? What you think for the subclass? They're all pretty good. I've seen a lot of people.
He says shadow.
He says shadow. Okay. Shadow sorcerer.
He's talking about his son. I don't want to say the name out loud.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Thank you for clearing that up.
I knew you were
Shadow
confused.
magic is not one that we've seen in a while, especially because it's not in the new player's handbook. But like I said, we're cool with the legacy options, and I like a shadow sorcerer. Very flavorful, very dark. So I'm going to go ahead and swap us out now. And yes, we'll be playing with the optional features if they're available. Let's see who's going to be picking out spells with me.
Dark
This
Knight
is-
really wants to play. I hope he gets picked soon.
Oh.
Anthony Pace.
Anthony Pace, another regular in the channel. Good to see you, man. So we've got some cantrips and spells to pick out. I can't display the entire list on stream. I'd never figured out a way around that. So if you would like to take your time, go ahead and look up the spell list for sorcerer and pick out some 4 cantrips and 6 first and second level spells.
Alive.
That's
Mind
still alive.
Sliver,
And I
Sorceress
didn't-
Burst, Prestidigitation, Minor Illusion.
Okay.
Right. Mind Sliver.
Can you copy
Sorcerer's
that? Because I'm going to
Burst.
miss it.
Absolutely. Mind Sliver, Sorcerer's Burst, Prestidigitation, and Minor Illusion. Those are good
Sliver.
choices, Anthony. I'm texting you, Alex.
Sorceress Burst.
Is it weird for you guys to be able to hear me but not see me? Because it's weird for me to be able to speak and not see myself. on
Mind
the
Sliver,
camera.
Sorceress Burst.
Prestidigitation.
Prestidigitation.
Minor Illusion.
Minor Illusion. Nice. Let's go ahead and I'm going to do the full spells with Anthony because he's already got them picked out.
Yeah.
And then Tracy, you'll get the next thing that we're picking out.
Yeah.
So we've got Comprehend Languages. Good to have. Mage Armor. Definitely good to have.
Yeah.
If it ever looks like I forget how the alphabet works, it's because I
Yes,
did.
sometimes.
Magic Missile. Alter Self. Which is second level, right? Yeah. Oh, you put these in order for me. Thank you. Thank you so much. Detect Thoughts. Silvery Barbs. There it is. That's not in order, but I know where it is. And Shield. Another great spell. Good picks.
What is the next thing
Oh.
we pick?
I think that's all of them. You might have included one extra there. By accidente. But that's okay. We can always circle back to Shield another time. It was the last one listed, so that's the one I'm going to drop off. So the next order of business here is going to be picking the background of this
Yeah,
character.
so Tracy will get to pick the background. Sorry
Yes.
for the
Confusion there.
confusion there, yeah.
We're figuring it out. So, Tracy, if you're not familiar, I do want to stick to the 2024 backgrounds. I don't really want to use the old ones just because we'd have to pick out origin feats and stuff like that. This will make some of those decisions for us. But
If you're not familiar with them, we can go through and explain it all.
yeah, and I will allow us to shift the ability score improvements around if necessary. So it's really more a question about what you think this character is. How fitting that you got to choose the sorcerer class, and now you're kind of choosing
Yeah.
where this sorcerer comes from.
Yeah, I think that's really cool.
We can even pull up, if you would like, the map and explore a little bit. Let me pull up the full map so you guys can see. So the character could have been from really anywhere on the continent here. Let me maybe zoom out. A big world out there. There we go.
Sage.
Perfect. Got it.
Yeah, XIVM, the 2024 backgrounds kind of got me too. But the main thing that I've realized is that they include the origin feats now, and it makes it a little bit easier whenever you're trying to pick certain skill proficiencies.
So now we're going to cycle out to somebody else who's going to get to pick the 2 cantrips and spell that you get with this origin feat. Good luck. May your dice be in your favor. Odd, welcome back, friend. Odd the Bard. Just a reminder for everyone, as we cycle out to a new character, the selector is going to look at who's opted in and who's been active in chat. It does only look at the last 5 minutes, just to make sure we're getting somebody that's here. So make sure that whenever I mention we're going to be switching, you just remind chat that you're still here.
Yeah.
So Odd, you'll get to choose a level 1 spell from the wizard spell list. You guys were right. Sage is wizard. And you'll get 2 cantrips from that same spell list. So let us know what you would like to pick.
Yeah, if the next one,
Keeper of the Spells.
the next choice that we make is someone that's already played it, we'll pick again to make sure that everybody gets an opportunity.
Yeah, that makes sense. Defiant Chaos says, don't show up at Brother Chaos's house while disguised as their local ISP provider. Man, what am I going to do tomorrow now?
Oh,
Probably
no.
play more D&D. I know where you're from, DC, and you can't get here in time for tomorrow, I don't think.
That is so funny.
Unless you are a wizard yourself. And you've taken
Firebolt and friends from me.
Firebolt and Friends. Good spells. I know you like the Friends cantrip. You've used that a few times in our own campaigns. Okay. And then we have the first level spell. You know what? Let's cycle out to somebody else. Somebody else will
All
get
right,
to
make
pick
sure
the
you're
first level
active.
spell. Make sure you're active in there. I'm going to pick a new one in 3, 2, 1. Maybe that wasn't enough time, but we'll see.
They have a 3-second delay, so we need to start giving
Dark Knight in!
Yay! He's
Dark Knightian.
trying.
Dark Knightian? Am I saying that right? I hope I am.
Dark Knight Yen, I think, because it's
Dark
got
Knight
a capital.
Yen.
It's got a capital Y.
I'm sorry. I'm a big doofus. By the way, while you guys are piloting these characters, you can use the say and roll commands for more than just telling me what you want. If you want to just
say
tap me up while you're trying to decide.
Say, shut it with that thing, dude.
Yes, you can do that. We did test this bot last night with that phrase.
It was like
specific.
11 o'clock at night. We were delirious.
Yeah,
It's
just
a
live and die.
difficult choice between color spray, shield or mage armor.
Well, we do already have mage armor, so that makes it a little easier. You'll just have to pick between shield and color spray. But I agree, those are tough picks.
Yeah.
Color spray, especially at low levels,
I
not something that gets used often. But I
did
like it.
have color spray whenever I played Taffy from our first campaign.
Shield.
I think I had goggles.
Shield, it is.
That one was a fun one.
All right. So now we're going to shuffle out and pick our ability score improvements. Let's see who's going to pilot this sorcerer next.
Gonna be.
Tracy again. Okay, Tracy.
We're gonna roll.
I'm going to
you out.
re-roll you. I'm so sorry. You've got to do it so many
I
times.
love to see that how active you are.
Yeah. Let's see. XIVM! There we are. XIVM, go ahead and let us know both how you would like the ability scores to be split and which scores you'd like to improve. Use the say command to let me know, or just chat us up. I think as we go along too, unbeknownst to you guys, the bot can actually auto cycle out after you've used a certain number of rolls and say commands. So I think I may just leave some of you in the
2-1.
previous character subplots. Okay,
Yeah.
so we'll do 2-1. And then which stats are we boosting? I'm guessing Charisma's getting a +2, but we'll have to see. You guys haven't rolled your ability scores yet, so it's hard to min-max this.
Leah said, "Hold on, this is not off the rails yet." I'm surprised too.
Yeah, this is actually going better than I expected. I thought we were going to at least have a few people that
We don't
really...
have anyone that's trying to throw it off too bad yet.
The ability scores, again, are where... Okay, I see Jason is saying Charisma and Con.
Charisma and con. Great
Choices, XIVM. I couldn't agree more. Now, what I'm going to do real quick is give you a +1 to Con, and we'll do a +2 to Wisdom. Just remind me when we get to the back end of this, after we roll abilities, I'll just move that +2 over to Charisma. That's the DM rules. We're making it happen. We're hacking the mainframe.
Yes.
Yes, I agree. So now we're going to re-roll, and somebody gets to pick the species. I don't know if you guys have had some idea for what the sorcerer may be in your head already. Anthony Pace, welcome back. You only got the difficult decision of the spells last, so I am going to re-roll you into someone else to pick the species, so you don't get two big decisions back to back. Let's see who's gonna pick this species out and fulfill their. Nope, you can't do it.
Is there any way to remove people?
I don't think so. It auto removes active people.
Yeah, we might need to work on that. XIVM.
XIVM. We're gonna do one more. Whoever this lands on.
Yeah, this one's.
It's luck of the draw here. Daniel Struve. Oh wait, Dark Knight. Dark Knight Yin.
All right.
You know what? Let's go for it. Let's go for it, Dark Knight Yin. What species are we playing? You can choose anything from the current rules, the old rules. You just let me know. We'll choose it and go through all the options.
I'm thinking Dragonborn or Halfling.
Ooh, Dragonborn or Halfling. Good classic choices. I think Dragonborn works really well for Sorcerer, but I always like going with the counterplay. Doing a Halfling Sorcerer would be cool. Totally your call. I see a few people voting Halfling. What is the verdict? Odd says he likes shadowy halfling. Yeah, sneaky little halfling. That would make a lot of sense actually.
Drazadi said always Dragonborn.
Drazadi always is
Let's do Lightfoot Halfling.
Lightfoot Halfling. Wow, why was that hard for me to say?
Good choice.
There are no options for Lightfoot in the new rules, so I'm going to pick the base Halfling for you here. But it should give you pretty much everything you're used to from Lightfoot with the naturally stealthy and the luck, the ability to re-roll the 1 on a D20 test. That is going to come in handy. So we are Halfling Shadow Sorcerer. Now, while I move over to the abilities, we're going to jump over to our next individual who's going to get to roll the ability scores, and then the next person gets to assign them.
That is dirty how you're doing that.
Darth Melkor! Welcome. You finally get to play the character. This will be especially fun for you. The command for rolling stats in our bot is just !roll and stat or stats. Both should work. It will roll 4d6 and drop the lowest. So you're gonna do that 6 separate times, and we're gonna keep track of what you roll, and then we'll assign that to the different ability scores. You do have to put a space between roll and stat. So it's the same roll command as before. It's just roll and then stat. Yeah, we tried to make it as user-friendly as possible, but I'm now seeing that maybe I need to include a separate command for roll stat, because that does make sense.
Yeah.
Oh, 13 for the first roll. That's not bad at all. Go ahead and roll that baby again. Let's see what we get next. Now, I'm putting these in here just for placeholders, but the next person's going to get to move these around. So don't worry. Don't worry. That will work appropriately. It might just need to be roll stat. The stats, the plural, might be messing us up. We tested roll stat last night, but not roll stats. So that's possibly my fault. Darth Melkor, I'm sorry. so many little typos. Ooh, what do we got? An 8. Okay, it's our first 8. No big deal. We can recover. We can come back from this. It's all right.
Are you not dropping the lowest?
No, well, we're dropping the lowest d6, but it's only rolling 6 times. I'm doing it by the book tonight.
We normally roll
a 15. There we go. That's what I'm talking about.
It is easier to do point by, but then you guys wouldn't be able to roll.
Yeah, we like to roll. Plus, I really have the feeling these characters are going to end up quite expendable. 17! Wow. That's going to be the casting stat. That's probably going to charisma if I had to guess. 9. Okay, you know what? After a 17, I'm not mad at it. Last stat roll of the bunch here. 13. Okay, wow. Honestly, not bad. Darth Melkor, you roll dice good. I'm going to swap you out, and the next person's going to get to assign these however they like. Hopefully, they are not feeling vindictive or too overly chaotic. This is not a chaos wild magic sorcerer.
Just so
Anthony Pace, welcome back, friend.
Just so I double check, we have had Defiant Chaos got selected once already. I'm wondering.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
I was asking because there's parentheses in some usernames, and I wanted to make sure that was being accounted for.
It definitely is. That is working. Defiant Chaos did get to play, so we know that.
Oh yeah, and Anthony Pace has parentheses right there. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
So, Anthony Pace, let us know where these stats are going. Just, type exclamation point say, and, for example, 17 into charisma. Everyone agrees.
17 needs to.
Now, you have the opportunity here to make a lot of enemies in chat. If you really wanted to.
Imagine he sets it to everything terrible and then just logs off.
While you're doing that, I'm going to move our +2 over from wisdom to the charisma. So we have that accounted for. There we go.
I got your back unless you dump charisma and then you are on your own. It's funny.
Yeah, I disabled the menu command Saft just for tonight because redeem is part of our normal campaign, being able to gift users different, or players rather, different rolls from D4, D8, and a D20 roll. However,
STR8, Dex 15, Con 13, Int 13, Wis 9, Char 17.
Got it. So you chose not to make an enemy of chat, I see.
Can you tell me a bit about the setting? So after you fill this in.
Yeah, so the setting is on the sort of island nation of Nerethys. It is composed of 2 large islands and a massive bridge that spans the length of them. Very like Mediterranean vibes. The people that live on one of the islands, Tethys, are typically the more impoverished people, and then there is a Council of the Tides that sort of governs from Anir, the bigger island, and then most people in Nerethys live on the massive bridge that spans between the two. And ramshackle housing that actually is attached to the side of the bridge, run underneath the bridge. It's a very interesting place, and I can't wait to see how you guys explore it. But now that we've got our stats figured out, we're going to jump over to equipment. Now, I don't want to spend too much time here, but I did, instead of the typical equipment thing, I'm going to basically allow you guys to just spend the gold. So you're gonna have 100 gold to spend, and you're gonna tell me what items you want.
Well, that's a lot to pick.
Yeah, I think we'll probably. Whoa, Anthony Pace! Thank you for reminding us that you have been a member for 17 months. That's wild. I'm so glad you got to participate tonight.
If you guys are having, there might be a delay on some people's chat coming to us, so like. If it's taking a little while, sorry about that. We're still figuring all of this out.
Yeah, that's no worries. And like I said, I think things will move a little bit more smoothly as we kind of get the feeling of this back and forth. Defiant Chaos, welcome back into Character 1. Let us know if there's any item that you want, or you can choose not to get any items, and we'll just leave it at that. Had a feeling this was going to be kind of a little bit of a trial run for us, but I really can't wait until episode 1 next week when all the characters are made and the system is basically just cycling you guys out automatically. And you're just playing D&D with me. It'll just be a good time around the table.
Which, Daniel, I know you've been itching. This is your time. You get to play D&D with Alex.
Daniel, I've been itching too. I'm really excited to get to play with everyone. I know in past streams I've even mentioned that it feels like you guys are here at the table with us because of how influential you are to the games.
Light crossbow, 20 bolts, healer's kit.
Nice. Dagger. That's easy.
A light crossbow.
Help me keep track of the gold cost, Morgan, because I'll subtract it at the end. Just put it in like, the spotlight.
Am I supposed to know?
Yeah, well, it's 2. I'll tell you as I do it.
Okay.
Light crossbow. Not enspelled. You know what? Let's give you a silvered one. You can have a silvered one. I don't mind. Silvered light crossbow.
Robes.
I think crossbows are normally 75 gold based on the weapon readout. So we're going to do that. 20 bolts. That is negligible. We won't count it.
He also wants robes and a healer's kit.
Oh, okay. Got it. So we see the healer's kit. Oh, no results found for the healer's kit. Probably because there's an apostrophe in there. Yep. That's going to be 5 gold. You can track that. And then robe. Just a good old robe, 1 gold piece. So Morgan, what's the damage there?
The damage is 82. Average.
Okay, so math time. You have 18 gold left. I think that's a pretty good shopping spree. Everyone, a quick round of applause for our friend Anthony Pace, who not only selected spells. Wait, who was doing that one? That was Defiant Chaos.
Yeah, that was TC.
Sorry, Anthony Pace too. You get a round of applause as well.
Yeah.
You guys are all contributing.
Also, in the spirit, Pride Month, a lot of you have very gender-neutral usernames. So if we're ever using the wrong pronouns for you,
Yes.
please let us know.
Please let us know.
Yep. We tend to assume sometimes just because that's how our brains work, but you can't do better unless you know better. So if we're ever misgendering you, please let us know.
So, Tracy, welcome back. I think it's only fitting that you get to name this character. What would you like this halfling shadow sorcerer with a silvered crossbow to be called? What do they go by? I can even give you some suggestions here, thanks to Fantasy Name Generator, not sponsored. There's only one sponsor for me, and that's Tabletop Beard. Anthony Pace, I agree. This is truly chaos. Honestly, though, you guys made a really good character. Like, this is pretty good. There it is.
Answer for
Delilah the second. Answer for
Is he picking gender as well?
Delilah the second.
Yep. Is he picking gender as well?
Yeah, I
Yancy for Delilah 2.
got it. And what gender is Yansfer? I don't want to assume, but it sounds like a female presenting character.
You never know.
I like these Session Zero streams and just sort of like,
It is big they them energy. That's what I'm getting.
yeah,
So we
I
can
can
make
feel
them,
that too.
We can make them female and then just
Yeah.
yeah. There you go.
Via Chaos says non-binary. There it
we
is.
go. It
just
is
gonna put-
decided.
In the title. It's already long enough, right?
Yeah. Why not add their pronouns as well?
All right.
Could be an option for D&D Beyond.
So that is character number 1 done. Now, let's go ahead and, based on our time here, I think we might not have time to design them in Hero Forge, but let's at least get the other 2 characters done, and we'll go from there. So see how we go. If we get done with these 2 soon enough, then we can design all 3.
Sorry, Tracy. I think it is. You're on a delay, but Maybe we can name character 2 Valen. She
Yeah.
did pick a good name.
That is a good name.
Is it Paladin time? We'll see.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
Yeah. Second GM says we can name second character Valen.
Now, interesting fact here. Becca, welcome in. Good to see you, Becca. Interesting factoid here. Defiant Chaos, you are still piloting character 1. So if you want to use the say command at any point, you can. Join the conversation with us. But for right now, let's figure out who is deciding our next character class for character 2.
Oh, I hope it's Jason.
Come on, Jason.
Come on, Jason. Darth
Melkor. Darth Melkor got to roll
Don't
some
let us down.
amazing stats earlier. What do
Don't
you
let
think
us
you want to
down.
pick for the class here?
Barbarian.
Barbarian. Okay. We like it. You know, Jason, it's kind of like a less holy paladin. We're fine with that. And this will be level 3. So I'm going to cycle you out. We're going to pick somebody else to roll the hit dice for the barbarian. Let's see who that's going to be. The beginning of this goes a lot faster. Grim! Long time no see, buddy. Let's go ahead and have you roll the dice for the character. It's going to be 12 plus 2d12. And we'll put that in for the rolled.
Yeah, so your
HP.
command is roll space.
That is the trick.
12.
Grim was a master of the
12.
the roller last night. He helped us test it. He's in the mainframe. He knows. All right, let's see what our hit points are. Big beefy barbarian, 24. That's right on average. Pretty much. Maybe a little lower. That's all right. I have a feeling our constitution's going to be pretty good. So, Grim, I'm going to cycle you out now. And let's see who gets to pick our skill proficiencies for barbarian. Here's the list of them. You guys be thinking about what you want. Tara! Everett. What skill proficiencies? You get to
Yeah.
pick 2 from this list I'm showing. What skill proficiencies do you think this barbarian should have?
I'd go help them.
Yeah, so DC, if you want to chat with us, you can use the say command as well.
Nature and survival.
Oh, good call. Nature and survival. So very like wild barbarian, sounds like. So we're going to cycle you out here, and the next person's going to get to pick our weapon mastery. So what kind of weapons is this barbarian going to be using? Let's see who gets to make the final
Are you good
say.
at running and jumping?
I am pretty good at running and jumping. Maybe less jumping, but I'm very fast. I'm faster than I look. XIVM, you are now chosen to choose the weapon masteries for this character, which will largely decide what sort of weapon they're using. You get to pick 2. This is not the whole list, but it's as much as I can show.
Ira said the characters are lighting up, so that's good.
Yay! Awesome. I love that. That was like I said, the last thing that I had to code. I wasn't sure if it was going to work exactly right.
Hey.
Pilots under the characters are even lighting up. Unfortunately, the names aren't dynamic because I can't scrape D&D Beyond. Dang it, D&D Beyond. Give us API references, you jerks.
What's SAP do again?
So SAP gives whatever creature you hit with that weapon disadvantage on the next attack roll they make until your next turn. I don't remember if it's the start or the end. Let's check. Should tell me. Before the start of your next turn. So honestly, kind of underutilized. I really like the SAP property. Definitely not one that we've used in our own campaigns, but I do like it. Feels like a very good property to have on a cleric too.
Isn't that a weapon mastery?
Yeah, that's what we're picking.
Oh.
Yeah, we're picking the weapon masteries, which will decide.
I do like great axe and
Did not
light
even
hammer
pay
combo.
attention to that.
Great axe and light hammer combo. Okay, yeah, let's go for that. I think
That
that
was
makes a lot of sense.
Is
Oh.
that who's picking?
Sorry, my bad.
Mhm.
Thanks. So in the future, specifically next week, each of these characters is going to have a different voice. So we're going to know who's speaking whenever we hear you guys use the say command. Thanks, Ira. Yeah. Still getting used to actually being able to hear you guys in my head.
Morningstar.
Morningstar. That's a really cool weapon on a barbarian. You don't see that often. Okay, so we got Morningstar, and what is the other weapon that we're going to take? Keep in mind, guys, that I do allow weapon juggling in my campaigns. It's definitely a hot topic video on this channel, but if you guys want to use multiple weapons to get the benefit of your weapon masteries once you have more than one attack, you are welcome to do so. In fact, I encourage it. Get min-maxy with these marshals, damn it. They deserve love too.
If you don't min-max, Brett's going to come for all of you.
True.
I swear, every time we talk about characters, Brett's
Javelin. That makes sense. Yeah, a good ranged attack.
That's a good one.
I didn't even notice I was already hovering over that. So good picks, XIVM. Our next individual is going to get to pick the subclass, though. Could be a tough decision, but let's see who's up for it. Everett, welcome back. You get to pick the subclass. So, we're fine with any of the old rules too, but the newer ones are Path of the Berserker, Path of the Wildheart, Path of the World Tree, which I like a lot, and Path of the Zealot. The old ones are pretty good too. Specifically, I like the Path of Wild Magic that came with Tasha's Cauldron. You know, just a little extra chaos. I would say let's not worry about Battle Rager unless you really want to just tank this. Especially because it's kind of built to be dwarf centric, and I don't want to pigeonhole us too much into. Yeah, I agree. Battle Rager's not great. Not great. It's kind of the representation of everything that's wrong with a subclass design. If you ever want to know what not to do, go look at Battle Rager. You'll pick up on what I'm putting down.
I don't even know what that is.
Exactly. It is a class based on like wearing spiked armor and stuff.
Wild Magic. They changed their name.
Oh.
Yeah. Cajun Crate is now Everett.
Got it.
Wild Magic.
Wild Magic. Barbarian. Very cool. So far, no new subclasses, but I'm okay with that.
I think it messed up because they changed the name.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Go ahead and type roleplay again, Everett. That way you get entered into the drawing as the Cajun Crate name.
Yeah.
Now we're going to go ahead and switch off again here. See who's going to pick our Primal Knowledge skill proficiency. Daniel Struve! No, XIVM. Sorry.
He keeps
popping up right at the beginning.
Exact time.
Sorry. XIVM,
That's
what
so
are you
funny.
thinking for this skill proficiency, my friend? You only got 4 choices, so it should be pretty easy. Daniel, you sneaky boy. Yeah, I'll get used to this eventually. I wonder if maybe I need to change the messages that pop up in chat so I can recognize them a little bit more quickly. The emojis do help.
Intimidation and perception.
Yeah, the emojis do help.
Okay. So you only get to pick one here, but we're going to go with intimidation because that was the first one that you said. And I think that makes sense for a sort of nature, survival, brutalistic barbarian with a, what was it? It's a Morningstar as your weapon. Very cool. So this time we don't have any spells to pick, no optional features to turn on. Now we get to move to our background. Who's going to choose the background here? Dark Knight Yin, welcome in once again. Pick a background and an origin. For your origin? Yeah, there we go.
You're reaching, baby.
I'm a bard, I promise. In another life. Not a good one.
Yeah, quick reminder, I am seeing a lot of set character and say was not chosen. They're not going to work
Soldier,
unless...
criminal, or far
set
traveler.
Character only works for me and Alex.
Dark Knight Yen says soldier, criminal, or far traveler. We definitely want to choose from the ones available in the core rules for this specifically.
Soldier or criminal?
Soldier or criminal, and I guess Wayfarer would be your far traveler. You want to pick from there. I do agree, those are pretty good ones. I kind of think Soldier Barbarian is interesting.
It is a really cool.
Maybe they abandoned the military and went to live in the woods.
It is really cool.
Or a deserter with a dark past.
What does criminal get? XIVM is asking.
Criminal, let's see. I'll pull it up now. I don't have these memorized because I usually just say pick whatever. You get the alert feat, which is pretty good on a barbarian. Definitely not a bad thing to have.
I love that.
You also get proficiency in thieves' tools. Interesting for a barbarian. Skill proficiency, stealth, and sleight of hand. You could be the loud rogue.
Yeah. Big beefy rogue. Barbarian gets that anyway, don't they?
Proficiency in thieves' tools? I don't think they do. And I don't think they get stealth or sleight of hand either. However, in the new barbarian, you can use
your strength for
see Krog. Is that what we're going with? We're going with criminal? Yeah, you can substitute your strength for other skills using your rages now. Very cool. I'm glad they did that. Yeah, I think probably criminal is the way they're looking here, just based on the fact that they said you can see Grog.
Yeah.
All right, Dark Knight Yin. I'm going to pass the torch to somebody else to pick out these ability scores. Let's see who this is going to be. Ira! Finally! Welcome in. Let me know.
Nate, man.
Both.
Yeah, he said criminal.
Perfect. We did it right.
Falsely imprisoned or is a deserter. I like that.
I really like that. I love whenever you get character ideas like as you're making them that sort of inform the rest of the build.
Yeah.
I kind of think this is one of those times. Ira, let me know if you want to increase 3 ability scores or 2 with a 2+1, and let me know which ability scores we're increasing that way. You'll get access to Dexterity, Constitution, and Intelligence. If you would like, I will also allow you to move the ability to Strength score instead of Dexterity, if you want that. Totally your call. Okay, so Iris says 1/1/1 for the Barbarian, Strength, Dex, Con. Great. So I'll remember to subtract Intelligence and add it to Strength later.
1/1/1 and Strength, Dex, Con.
Perfect. Thank you. All right. So now we get to move on to the species. Who is deciding what this barbarian looks like? I kind of feel like when I'm building characters, I kind of get the vibe of them as I'm going, and I already have a species in mind every time. Dark Knight Yin, once again, let me know your origin. What species are you choosing for this character?
I'm thinking half-orc, dwarf, or dragonborn.
Okay. Orc, dwarf, dragonborn, all good choices. I think, me personally, I mean, orc barbarian's a classic, but a short king dwarf kind of makes sense with like the stealth ability as well. I feel like, have any of y'all played a dwarf on the channel? We had one, but they died. I remember that now.
Yeah.
Lillian played a dwarf.
Lillian did play it.
Make him dwarf then.
Awesome. Sorry, hopefully I didn't influence that too much, but I do love my dwarves. Diggy diggy hole, am I right?
Oh my god.
All right, so the next individual is going to get to roll all of our ability scores. Very important job I'm handing off here. Who is going to be...
Oh yeah, I think Devin did play a dwarf, Drazati. Iago!
Iago, nice! So, since you just joined us a second ago, what we're doing here is if you type !roll and then space stat, it will roll 4d6 and drop the lowest. So you're going to do that 6 separate times, giving us enough time to note each number, and then the next person is going to get to assign those scores across the abilities. Let us know what this barbarian's going to be good at, or rather, how good they're going to be at things. A 15 to start out. Very strong.
Good.
Very strong first roll. Go ahead and hit me with another one. Let me know,
Female
Tiago.
dwarves, they have a beard. I agree.
I like that.
I like that. The next
11. Not bad. Not bad.
Not bad.
Not exactly a dump stat. We're fine. We're fine with that. Still kind of fishing for the 17 we had earlier. 10. Okay. We can get by with that 15 if we need to. 14. Cool. That'll be a decent con if we want that. A 7.
Oh, no.
Somebody just said no dump stats, but I think we might be getting one here. I imagine that might go into something like intelligence on somebody who like abandoned the military. They'd probably be pretty wise.
Our last one?
Should be one more. Roll one more time for me, Tiago. Unless I somehow missed one, but I don't think I did. Yeah, that's a pretty balanced character. I feel like we need one more good roll here, but even without it, we'll do just fine.
Last one.
10. Okay, 10's not bad. We're fine with this. This barbarian's still going to be hacking and slashing. We're fine with it. So our next pilot, our next player is going to be able to assign these however they like. Leonis Chiron. Let me know how you'd like to move these around using the say command. So ! say, and then whatever message you want. Let us know where each of these scores is going. They can move around.
SDR 15.
Okay.
Dex 11, Con 14, Int 7, Wis 10, Che 7.
That makes a lot of sense. I think probably I would have done a similar thing. Wisdom 10. And why is the int and the charisma 7? There's only one 7.
So what are we missing? We're missing a 10. Yeah, so do you want int or charisma to be a 10? Because we have 2 10s and 1 7.
Yeah. Glad we caught that.
Yeah.
Definitely don't want 2 dump stats.
Yeah.
But the 10 in int is what Melkor suggests. Darth Melkor. I could go either way, honestly. I think it makes sense
Int
for
10, sorry.
Int 10. That does make sense. And like Ira mentioned earlier, a dwarf makes sense to have 7 charisma. Definitely not the charmer you might imagine them to be. And I did remember here, we have to move the +1 on intelligence to strength, which will give us a 16. Rather an 18. Right? No, 16. Yeah. Not bad. So let's move on now. I did choose equipment before. I think for the future, because that took a little while, let's go ahead. I'm going to give you guys the gold cost, and I'm just going to purchase the weapons that they have masteries in.
Were we still all in agreement on the name, since Tracy had picked it and it came in late? So we had said we were going to name her. Let me find it.
Yeah, I'll pass control to somebody else, and they can name the character. But just so you know, Tracy had picked out Valen, but they were absent earlier. So Valen could be a cool one if you guys want to. Jason, welcome into the character 2 slot. You'll get to pick the name for this character.
Yep. And if you do pick Valen,
actually,
you should allow him.
Actually, hang on. Oh yeah, I know where you were going with that. I was about to say, let's just do Valen, and Jason, you can pick the class of the next character.
That's what I was about to say.
Because I know you're itching for
That's
it.
what I was about to say.
I'm gonna give you some javelins. It says only 1 quantity-wise, but we'll just know you've got infinite javelins. I don't keep track of ammunition. What kind of stream do you think
Jason
this is?
said, let's do that. Ooh, I wonder what you're gonna pick, Jason. What classes are you thinking? Artificer? Which one?
All right, you'll just be a little bit more rich than the sorcerer. We're starting off with 100 gold, don't forget. And then you guys just spent about 20, so we'll say 80 now. Great. And Valen. Interesting name for a dwarf. I wonder how that's going to come up in some of the roleplay you guys do.
Maybe they were adopted.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Jason, if you do not do Paladin, oh no, if you don't do it.
Oh man, the bard now. The bard is itching.
Oh no. He sounds like Odd over here.
Paladin.
Galen Stoneballs.
All right, yeah, Jason. I think you were pulling the wool over our eyes there. I had a feeling it was going to be Paladin. Defiant Chaos, thank you for the $10. He said, been nice. Been some nice character creations so far. Let's do Chaos together. I agree. And I want you to know I just read that in Bramble's voice.
Did you in your head?
Together.
Together.
All right, so we are definitely going Paladin. We know who the pilot is. We know what they want. So
I'm so happy.
I'm so happy too.
So happy.
I'm very happy for you.
This poor guy, he has been dying for us to have a Paladin, and we've never had one on the stream for him.
And Jason, you get to use the say command for as long as you're allowed to in character slot 2. So let us know what you think as we go, and we'll set character 3, who gets to pick our skill proficiencies. XIVM, welcome back. What
It's
Paladin skill?
time.
Yeah, it's Paladin time, baby. What skill proficiencies are we choosing, XIVM? Let it be known. Are they more of a Holy Knight, or are they just kind of like Holy Knight adjacent? Do they just wear the garb?
Do they walk the walk and talk the talk?
Yeah, I know it's all about the oath, but yeah, it's usually kind of Holy Knight-ish.
No. This is such a fun stream. All right, Daniel, thanks for hanging out.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out, man. Good
Make
to have
them
you here in the
great.
chat.
Just like a paladin would be.
Make them great. I agree. They will be a shining example for all to follow, with probably a goofy name at the end.
I'm so happy we're ending up with the Paladin.
I knew it was only a matter of time before we got some
so
paladins
happy.
here, but
Medicine
now
and insight.
medicine and insight. That makes a lot of sense. I think we already kind of have a social build, so having someone who can read into some of these
Yeah.
NPCs is going to be a good combo with that.
XIVM, have you picked
We
all
will
of
smite
our
everything.
stats, so our skill proficiency so far? I think they might have.
They might have.
They've picked at least 2.
Jason, I agree. We should smite everything. It does use our bonus action now, but it's fine. You'll still get to smite. Daniel Struve just left, so we are going to repick there. Who gets to choose the weapon mastery for our paladin? Odd.
Lord.
Tell us what we got here, Odd.
Ah, that's right, XIVM.
Smite first, pay later.
I agree, especially if you end up looting the body. I mean, that's only the natural progression. So long as your oath isn't, like law or something like that.
Repick character 1 right now to let DC maybe have a chance to build on this one.
Yeah, sure.
And then someone else.
Oh, that's
Can we
right.
have a mount?
Command right now.
You can purchase a mount with your gold. I'd be fine with that. We established in our last stream that a horse is 75 gold. So that would be most of your gold budget, but I would allow it. So I'm going to reset character 1 so somebody else can have a turn just talking to us.
We
Yeah,
need a
and
note
DC
of
will be back in the
awesomeness
running
paladin
for
for the
character
epic
3.
campaign.
An Oath of Awesomeness Paladin. That's a great idea for a subclass. Darth Melkor, you'll be slotted into character 1 if you want to chat with us or anything. DC, you'll get a chance to design some of these other characters as we go. I didn't
Lance.
foresee that being a problem.
Yeah.
Okay, Lance. Lance is our first option, or as our British voice says, a lance. A lance with the topple property.
I can't hear the voice, so if I'm speaking over it, my bad.
Yeah,
Diggy hole.
Diggy hole, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Darth Valcor knows. Diggy hole barbarian with a lance. It's your weapon is taller than they are sitting. Oh wait, no, sorry. This is the paladin.
Yeah, he's talking for character 1.
Too much chaos. Too much chaos.
Are the voices the same right now?
They're all the same right now, but by the time we stream next, the voices will be different for each one. I just wanted to wait until I set those to be different, until I knew what these characters were, what they were all about. I'd say at this pace, we'll probably take a break after this, and then we'll actually design what the characters look like over on Hero Forge. Once again, not sponsored, but man, I really should reach out to those
Whatever
people.
chat upvotes the
Is
most.
there anything?
Okay, whatever chat upvotes the most.
All right.
Let's see some suggestions from chat here.
We put a poll.
We could put a poll.
Paladin with a beard and divine beard oils to go
I'm
with
gonna say
it.
the first option that I see 2 of, we're gonna take.
All right. So what are our 2 options? What are the options we're voting between right now?
Well, all of the weapons. But Ira has put in a vote for greatsword. The first option I see 2 of. Okay, I see a longsword and I see a greatsword.
Longsword.
Longsword.
And board. Is that a shield?
Yeah.
Got it.
All right, so we got our longsword as our second weapon. Now we're going to swap out character 3 to choose our fighting style. Let's see who's going to pick this out for us. Yeah, everybody wanted longsword.
Mm-hmm.
Defiant Chaos! What fighting style are we taking? Keep in mind that you can do Blessed Warrior or one of these fighting styles. It will have to be from the core rules since this is technically the new Paladin. Defense definitely is one you can't go wrong
The
with.
Paladin fights blind, relying on his divine energy to guide his sword in battle.
That is true. Oh, so true. The Paladin doesn't even look at where they're striking. They close their eyes and swing. Swing away.
So it just reassigned you, Jason, because it does have a limit of 10, and that is working now, it seems. So
Whee!
if you chat 10 times or roll 10 times, it will automatically reassign.
Yeah, and so Tiago Livas, feel free to share your thoughts with everyone else using the say command, or just roll some dice for the fun of it. You can do that too. Feel free to try and break my dice roller. It is very robust. It even handles advantage and disadvantage.
He said, woohoo, I made the limit. Yes, he did say something.
Defiant Chaos, what are you thinking for this fighting style here?
One-handed?
I see one-handed. Is that the dueling fighting style? Because I know that applies to one-handed. What do you think?
You see, you said dueling.
Dueling, got it. Makes a lot of sense. We'll go with that. So our next player is going to get to select the subclass for our Paladin. Ira, what are we thinking for subclass here? Are we going to use any of the 2024 rules, or are we going to stay with the old but good stuff? The good stuff. I will say,
Jason,
even though
I think they're making this Paladin just for you, buddy. He said, I've been currently playing a sword and board with dueling.
definitely the new Paladin is a little less powerful than the old, but I think the new subclasses make up for that. So I would suggest that we pick from the new ones, but I will defer to whatever chat commands. I am the DM, but I can only take my powers so far.
Is it Ira now?
It is Ira. Ira said in chat, vengeance, or was it Oathbreaker? Oathbreaker. But they said just
For
kidding.
we shall seek our vengeance.
Ooh, we shall seek our vengeance. Vengeance Paladin it is. And a wonderful choice at that. So, our next individual is going to get to choose our background. Where do you think this Paladin came from? Saft!
Nice.
We are limiting you to the new 2024 rules backgrounds because those are the ones that come with the origin feats. but you can assign your ability scores however you want. Somebody else will get to pick those, but what do you think put this Path of Vengeance in front of this Paladin, whose name we do not have yet, but might as well be Jasonia?
Yeah. I think you're giving us too much credit, as we can still do chaos once they're made.
Guard is the official pick for this Paladin. They're an ex-guard. While I have you, what gaming set do you think they have? And I'll pick somebody else for the ability scores improvements. Let's see.
Jason, it's like they're in your mind, my guy. They're building
Grim Reaper. Saft says they know Dragon Chess. Perfect. Probably had a lot of downtime on those guard shifts. Grim Reaper, now that you are piloting this Paladin, I need you to choose our ability score improvements for our background, for the origin. Let me know with the say command if you want 3 +1s and where they're going, or if you want a +2 and a +1 and where that's going. We can move those around however you like. Just let me know what scores you want to increase. You are not limited to strength, intelligence, and wisdom. And two players with the alert feat. That'll be interesting.
Sharpened and rearing to go.
2 and 1 charisma and strength.
Okay. That's weird. Did it not trigger both of them? Yeah. Okay. Now we know. +2 to charisma and +1 to strength. Oops, did that backwards. I know how to use this platform. And I'll put it in wisdom for now, and we'll know to move it over to charisma in just a moment. But for right now, we're going to pick somebody else to choose the species for this Paladin. Let's see who that's going to be. Justin, what species are we playing as this Paladin who used to be a guard but isn't anymore? They left that life behind them, and now they're setting out to be the Dragon Chess Grand Master.
Let's go with Goliath. Do we not have one?
We don't have a Goliath, and Goliath is a very strong species. I almost, fun fact, picked them for the Wake of Ao campaign that I'm playing in, but ended up going with Tortle. So Goliath it is for tonight. Now we get to choose somebody to pick the ancestry. A very important part of the Goliath. There are no wrong answers, but there are some good ones in here. Tracy
does have a little bit of a lag, so I'm going to message her.
Okay.
She said fire giant.
Ooh, fire. Fire's good for damage dealing for sure, and that combines well with like the sort of radiance of a paladin.
Yep.
Fire giant. You are a descendant of the fire giant. Now we're going to see who wants to pick our languages. Who's popping in? Decide what languages our paladin speaks. Saft. There are a lot of languages here. I would recommend that we pick from the main list. I don't plan on using much outside of the normal, unless you want to know like primordial or something. You got an idea?
Yeah.
You can go for it.
Anything goes. Common sign language.
Common sign language. Very good.
Named in the code.
And giant. That makes a lot of sense. Of course they would know giant. Silly me. Saft, good picks. So, our next individual is going to get to roll all the stats. Let's see who's going to get to do this for our third and final character. Dark Knight Yin, welcome back.
Once again.
Let's see how well you roll these stats. As a reminder, it is !roll space stat.
Oh no. Oh god, no.
Oh, you got this. We all have faith. Dark Knight Yin, you're going to do great. You're going to do great. I'm feeling an 18 on this one. We haven't gotten an 18 yet. It's coming.
I think so.
Feel it in my bones. Nazo dude, thanks. I'm glad you're having fun.
I got bad luck with rolls.
Dark Knight Yin, it's okay. I think it's going to pan out just fine. The odds are with you here. And honestly, even if you make a bad character, it'll just be funny. we'll get to have fun with them anyway.
Oh, make sure it's just !roll space stat.
Yeah, not
Singular.
stats.
You have to fix
Stats
that.
doesn't work.
You gotta
I
fix
tried to fix it and failed, apparently.
That's okay. We're all learning.
Big rolls from Nazo, dude. I agree. And after you roll, the next person is going to get to decide where these stats go. So be thinking where you would put them in, because we're gonna ask for someone else to do that in just a moment.
There we go. He got it. Third time's a charm. 15. That's a pretty good one.
That is a great one to start off. So we'll temporarily drop that into the strength. But once again, keep in mind the next person is going to get to assign these wherever they want. So you're just rolling to see what you get. Roll us 5 more of those. 11, not too shabby. Come on, 18. Come on, 18. See? 17. Oh man, one off. That's a good one. Let's see what
Knight,
other
you're doing
3
pretty
rolls we get.
good.
Yeah, this is very good. Very good.
This one will have good stats, but
Don't
roll
forget,
below 10.
Melkor doesn't have good stats.
We are due for a dump stat here, but this might be the only character without one.
By the way, don't forget Darth Melkor and Tiago Levas. You guys are still selected as character 1 and 2, so you can use the say command if you would like.
Yes, you can. You can use the say command, and maybe after we finish rolling stats, you can use the roll command just to have a little fun for yourself.
9.
There's our dump stat. That's fine. We were due for one.
All right,
what's our last stat roll here? Give us one more Dark Knight Yen.
Justin said, roll 20. I don't care if it's 3D.
18 is the highest technically, but who's to say it isn't actually a 20? 15.
Dude,
Damn.
this is good.
This character is stacked. Jason, you're going to have a great time with this Paladin. And I didn't forget the intelligence needs to drop. No, what was it? Wisdom needs to drop by 2 in favor of charisma due to our ability score boost from our background. All right.
I don't know anything. I'm just here for the vibes.
So now we got our equipment. I'm gonna take the gold and we're gonna add in the items that you guys wanted. I believe a shield was wanted. I believe a short sword was wanted.
Holy moly.
Yeah, this is a very, very good character.
Thank you, boy. Is this you guys' meat shield? We're going to place the stats in a second.
So that's 10 gold pieces. Oh, I forgot to do that.
Yeah, you did.
Whoops. I just saw how good they were.
Yeah, we got to place the stats.
We'll go back and do that in just a second. Got to keep you guys hanging on by a thread.
Mm-hmm.
Longsword is not armor, despite common belief. That's 25 gold spent so far. And the last weapon was the Great Axe, I believe.
We can always go back and fix this if it's wrong. And these character sheets should be public after we finish making them. And so then every future Chat Plays D&D that we do, these will be linked in the description box for all of you guys to see our character that we have built together on stream.
So that was...
A paladin with a great axe.
That was a lance. Thank you. Sorry. Let me just swap that out.
Jason, you are now playing as character 3, I think. Yeah, it reshuffled because Dark Knight Yen used all his things. So,
okay,
Jason, you're going to get to place the stats.
Yeah, that makes sense. It makes a lot of sense.
So don't talk too much yet, Jason.
Otherwise, it'll pop you out of that character slot. Thank you for the reminder on the lance. I'm getting these characters mixed up. We got too many back to back. It's about the same gold, so. And I imagine this guy wants some armor.
Maybe. Yeah, so when we finish this, we're going to start placing the stats. So,
Can't afford breastplate.
Jason, don't forget. We're going to be coming to you in a second. So start thinking about where you want to put those stats. I know you probably have your opinions already.
I'm going to get you guys the best armor that you can afford. I'm just looking at the gold cost real quick as a reference. Probably going to be chainmail.
Nasu Dude said armor barbarian. Unga bunga.
Yeah, so we're going to give this paladin chainmail. We're going to wear all that stuff. We'll do longsword and a shield because that's what everybody wanted. And then I'm going to go back to the abilities because I promise I didn't forget.
Right,
Jason, let me know how you want to assign these. Use the say command so we know you're for real.
STR
Now, if any of
15
you-
plus
oh,
1,
he's got 'em.
Dex 12, Con 15, Int 9, Wis 11, Char 17 plus 2.
Hi, Angel. Welcome in. Thank you for dropping by. We're having a lot of fun in this chat.
Yeah, good to see you, Angel. Welcome in.
Jason finally got his paladin.
Jason finally got his paladin, and he made it himself.
He did.
Last order of business for this character is choosing a name as well as a gender. So we're going to swap out our character to someone else.
If you
Our
want to be
pilot?
in it, it's !roleplay. Also, if any of you are going to...
XIVM, let us know the name and the gender of this character.
While we're thinking on that, if any of you are going to Gen Con this year,
Yes.
Alex and I will be there. Maybe we can meet up and we can do a one-shot and you guys can play your characters.
Yeah, that would be really fun.
That would be really fun.
I don't have any scheduled events at Gen Con. I
can do
thought I was going to
something
do
on our
it, but ended up not doing it.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
XIVM! Oh no! Look, I'll even pull up some suggestions. I think it pulls up suggestions for Goliaths.
Yeah.
So this would fit right in with lore and history. If you wanted to choose any of those.
Yeah, let us know if any of you guys are going to Gen Con. I think a lot of the guys from Darkport will be there as well.
Yeah, we met up last year. It was a blast.
Yeah.
It was one of the only times I actually got to hang out with all of them.
That was super fun. Gen
And
Con is the first week of August.
I'm definitely open to actually like playing or running a game
Yeah.
with you guys while you're there. Like I said, no events planned, just kind of keeping things free and clear and having fun.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
It'll be a fun time.
Not that events wouldn't be fun.
No. Also, I think I'm just going to brag on us just a
Narajith
little bit. Alex
Jasonian.
and I are both
Narajith Jasonian.
perfect.
Oh, I see you combined it. Nice. I do the
Yeah.
same thing all the time.
Alex and I are both about 50 to 60 pounds lighter than we were the last time we were at Gen Con, so feeling a little proud of us.
Yeah,
there.
I'm very proud of myself. I used to not be able to wear this t-shirt from our own merch store.
Yeah.
It is an aboleth. It says roll for initiative. If you guys want some of those, that does help support the channel, but definitely don't feel the need. I can at least attest that they fit real nice.
Yeah, stay comfy.
And we spent another 75 on armor, so that would be down to 70 flat. Still not a bad gold total there. And is the gender of this character male, female, or non-binary? They, them. Hard to know with a complex name like Nerethys, just Jasonian. I don't know if that's
Male.
typically male. I think that makes sense for Jasonian at least. We know Jasonian is the man. We'll do he him. I forgot to do this for the other one, but I think we know. All right. So with that, we have made our 3 characters that will be playing in Depths of Nerethys. We do still have
With
a little bit of
beard for
time.
sure.
With a beard for sure. I agree.
Yes.
And on that note, we're going to take a quick 10-minute break just so I can kind of rest myself, maybe grab a cup of water. And then when we come back, we're going to jump over to Hero Forge and decide what these characters look like. I'll print them and paint them in time for next week, and it'll be a good time. So don't go anywhere. We'll see you in just a bit. Bye.
that water.
Terribly sorry. I didn't know anyone would be here while the stream was running. Give me a moment to tidy up. It's much better. Well, while you're here, we might as well take a moment to thank all of our members for supporting the channel and bringing this stream to life. A huge thanks to Tides of Mo, Brett Venable, Tabletop Beard, Grim Reaper, Atmos Seeker, Justinian of Darkport, Angel Jobert, XIVM, Corey of Darkport, Angel of Darkport, Drazadi, Alexandre Enriquez, Memebot 69,000, Dutin 103, Devin Beard, Zebek Longfang, Lil Tired, Jason Miller, Defiant Chaos, Wilfredo Figueroa, Ruby Rod, Sam Huffpower, Daniel Struve, Agile Monk, Moon Goose McQueen, Jude Eshette, Malice, Kitchen Knives, South Park Beefcake, Killer Kitty, Sarah W, D1 Commentator, Rowan Rat, David Cron, Misk Disc, William Frey, Big Gunner, Morgan Feemster, Kevin Hyatt, I'm So Lost, Alicia F, John Washburn, Max P, Francis Yoon, Lyons, Jed, Joshua Gatto, Samuel Monkey, Pavel Castillo, Joshua Hammond, Shutterbot, Johan Hassler, Dracula Tepesh, Ikari, Maxwell Hartman, Arthur Vincent, Thomas Emich, Leader Skyrim, Aaron B, Butterknife, Almighty Zeus, Aaron Bratton, Killer 7 Gamer, Nell Inter, Damon Moore, Fellow Nerd, Reap Steep, Crashbolt, D. Kamara, Carmine Graves, HGJ Han, Taylor Waterman, Corbin Dallas, Mysterious Observer, Charlie Gardner, Andrew Brown, Odd the Bard, Tom Lithgow, Bilgewater Scum, Amazon Cheesecake, Chuck, Jacob Flores, Magpie from Mars, State of the State, Is It OP, The Eldritch Knight, William Mihalkic, Eggfruit, Xander F, A Series of Mysterious Runes, Nick Wood, Electric Werecat, Darth Melkor, A Joyous Goose, Lisa, Salisbury Swain, Kubishock, Blue X Dalek, Ashical, Maximiano Magliati, Tiago Livas, Blaster, Edward Heller, Jackson Harad, Dravian, Bugera, Daniel Fire. I didn't ask, I said Fireball, Ryan Block, Megan Cooper, Frost Wolgon, Blaine Dexter, John Gaffney, Kidim Skidilim, Matthias, Manny S, MKG Raider, Joao Lucas, Oddbit, Blackuma Black, J.O. Hurd, Dawn Ruby, Orbit and Decay, Mr. Giaton, McFry, Ira Wing, Craig Seymour, Zim the Fan, Jason, Sonic's Boom, Rob Hinson, Xanthox, Dane Emerson, Skirmisher, Mike G, Gracie Pujol, and Deshki. You know, members get tons of unique benefits as well, like these weekly shoutouts and emojis that they can use in the stream chat, and a heaping helping of chaos points that can be used to, well, perhaps it's better to show you.
The most exciting feature for our live streams has come to YouTube. You can now roll dice live to help us in our adventures by using chaos that's built up by watching and interacting with the stream. All you need to do is keep an eye out for earning instructions that appear on our stream, and then spend those points by typing in the commands that correspond to the dice you'd like to roll. This feature is always available, no matter what campaign we're playing in, so be sure to hop in and help out our players because, well, they're gonna need it.
Greetings, viewers. Bramble Backfoot hopping by to let you know about our monthly homebrew packets issued to all those brave enough to join the ranks of our prestigious order. With a plethora of items, monsters, mechanics, and more, it's easier than ever to bring chaos home to your table. So become a member and let's fight the forces of evil together.
Thank you, you're all too kind, and the drinks are on me tonight! Ha 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 ha! Oh, you must not have enabled gifted memberships! Let me show you how. Ha 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 ha! What you'll want to do is make your way over to our channel page and then add /allow_gifts. From there, you can turn on the toggle for free stuff and join in the chaos. Ha 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 ha! Now for my next tune, a little ditty about a dead necromancer named Pinky.
Hello, Drazad here. Oh my god, you have got to come check out all of our wares. We have so many different things. Help support the stream and get yourself some new magic items as well over at the Constructed Chaos store.
Greetings to all my bearded brothers out there. I'm Alex, also known as Constructed Chaos on YouTube, and I'm here today to tell you a little bit about my friends over at Tabletop Beard. This family-owned beard oil company is run by three brothers that have combined two great loves of mine: tabletop RPGs and beard care. And it makes a lot of sense because, as I'm sure many of you know, growing and maintaining a healthy beard can be an adventure all its own. I started my quest back before I was even on YouTube, and I guess you could say I was stuck at level 1 for a while, constantly itching my way through life with a wild and unkempt beard and just trusting hairspray and regular shampoo to get the job done. Believe me, I was rolling nat 1s on just about every charisma check I made at that point. But eventually I started trying various beard care products like oils, butters, and balms, and I found some that worked well enough, but none of them really tied into my backstory. Not to mention my wife was constantly complaining about the smell. Then I was put on to the products from Tabletop Beard, and let me tell you, it was a match made in heaven. Or hell, depending on what kind of flavor you prefer. These guys use a premium oil blend of meadow foam seed, rosehip, golden jojoba, argan, avocado, and sunflower oils to create the most high quality product that contains no cheap filler or artificial oils that you typically want to steer clear of. And each scent has been expertly crafted and matched to a familiar TTRPG style, so you know exactly the kinds of vibes you're putting out without the scents being too mundane or too overpowering. To top it off, all their products, oils, butters, and balms are made in small batches, so the quality control is top-notch, and so is the customer service. They're always looking for new ways to meet and exceed customer needs, and I've even heard that they have some new ideas cooking up behind the scenes. So consider this your session 0 and take some time to check out Tabletop Beard today. Truly, they're the only starting equipment that you need for your own successful beard care journey. Bear Dritz here, letting you in on a little-known ranger secret that'll keep you satiated in the wild, even when you have no rations left. Ew, not that. I'm talking about subscribing to the channel and hitting that bell icon. It's easy to miss the signs of a stream going live if you're not prepared. So make sure to do that and... What was that? Hold it right there, adventurer. We're looking for some deviants that refuse to like this video while they're still watching. You wouldn't happen to know anything about this heinous crime, would you? Well then, as you were, but stay out of trouble.
In a world of darkness exists Geramentum, a beacon of hope in the realm of Terra. Our heroes, all with unique pasts, live here and are connected by a common destiny to protect the dream. Welcome to Darkport, an actual play production company. Our inaugural dark fantasy D&D campaign, Gold, Green, and Red, is inspired by the lived experience of War Medic and GM Angel Gamble. Subscribe to us now on YouTube. Live episodes stream every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central.
It appeared out of thin air when they found it, as if by the will of the plains themselves. A curious and mysterious bauble that has turned up time and time again throughout the ages. Some have studied it all their lives, hoping to unravel its uniquely fascinating magical properties. Many more have used its power for their own, though all falling victim to fate in the end. Now, it calls to you. By chance, by destiny, by desire, it matters not. It calls to you. and it calls to be cast from your palm, so that it might deliver unto you the unknown wonders held within.
How much longer are they going to... excuse me. Are they still not back? Wait there just a moment. I'll fetch them for you. The little chaos gremlins. You have people waiting, you know!
Welcome back, friends. As some of you pointed out in chat, I completely forgot for us to... oh, look, our new poll is up. Help us decide what day we would like to continue streaming this. After next Wednesday, of course. We're going to keep this on Wednesday, at least through next week. But then we'll start running it every week alongside our normal campaigns. So we can have even more D&D together. But yeah, some of you over the break let me know that I completely forgot to add the Paladin's spell list. Yeah. Whoops.
Whoops.
So, we're going to choose someone else. To pick out our spells. The Paladin only gets 4 from this list I have pulled up here. So that should go...
Jason,
Oh my
96.
god, no way!
You only need smite.
No
he
way!
said.
Jason, back in the driver's seat. What spells is your Paladin taking?
I also just want to add that Darth Melkor said, all those days I'm working. And Tracy said, call in sick. Please don't call in sick for us. Unless it's paid sick leave.
We'll be streaming at 7 p.m. probably.
Divine favor.
Yeah.
Divine Favor is a great one. You know how much of a fan I am of Divine Favor. We're definitely taking that. What else you think? I love that Jason was like,
Yeah.
Russell Mooney, welcome in and welcome into the roleplay pool. As soon as we're done with this, we're going to be...
Smite.
Under a Smite is a great one. As soon as we're done with this, we're going to be designing the look of these characters on Hero Forge. I already have it pulled up, so that'll be a lot of fun.
Wrathful Smite.
And Wrathful Smite.
Nice.
You know you got to go for the double Smite. Why not double dip? You get one more.
Searing Smite.
Triple. Why not? All 3, baby.
He knew.
Smite.
He knew as
Smite,
soon
Smite,
as he came
Smite,
into this.
Smite.
He knew what spells. He didn't even have to look at the list.
All right. So now that we have that decided, we're going to jump over to our Hero Forge where I already have Yennefer, our first character, pulled up with their species selected.
I don't think it's Yennefer. That's the name from
Yennefer.
Yennefer.
Yeah, Yennefer is
from
Witcher.
My Pantsless Shirt.
My pantsless shirt. Sorry, that's what my wife calls Henry Cavill.
Oh, he's so fine.
For what it's worth.
Something about the tight pants and that loose shirt. Oof.
I don't blame you.
Oof. Does it for me.
It's Hoochie Daddy shorts and
Hoochie Daddy shorts.
tight pants,
and
loose
tight
shirt.
pants, loose shirt. All day, baby.
Those are the ones. So let's see who gets to pilot character 1 as we choose their head design. Probably won't change much in terms of the head itself, but you can give me advice. Russell Mooney, use the !say command to let me know if you want them to have a different hairstyle or if you want crazy ears or horns. We're game for all of it. Everything goes.
What's that one to the right of the selected one?
Right of the
Ooh, yeah, it's almost like Treasure Planet vibes, like with the like sort of shortcut with the you can zoom in. Whoa. Yeah, I like that. That's a pretty sick one. I think we might want to go with that.
Yeah, I like that one. Cool, very cool.
All right. So I think eyes are pretty much the normal ones. I don't think
I
we're going
like
to change
it.
that. Halfling makes sense to have the pointy ears. Could change the tongue, probably won't see it. Do we want to give them horns or anything like that? Tieflings do exist in my world as multiple races, so I would not mind a sort of tiefling presenting halfling here if you wanted to do that. Give you just a little time, and while you think on it, just admire the Yancfer in all their glory. Beautiful. Art. Chef's kiss.
I like it, Picasso.
I like it, Picasso. All right, I think that's probably it then. So let's do someone else to decide on their body type. This is character creation, the episode.
Yeah.
Ianus Kyron. What sort of body type? A tail? Any wings? And, of course, you know.
They caked up.
Are they caked up? Are they super skinny and malnourished? What are we thinking? They stocky and muscular? Look at this. Look at this Chad over
They
here.
have webbed feet.
Dang.
Thin with a small tail and a look that is a bit gaunt.
Ooh, okay. I love that description.
Okay, interesting.
Small tail. So something like a
Iris
little
said
bunny
cake.
tail? No, that looks like something else. It looks like a little poop.
Oh no.
We're not doing that. So a little tail. I'm definitely getting like Tanuki vibes at this point. It's kind of like Brogar's patron, the raccoon, and like thin vibes with like sort of gaunt features.
Mondays after work are great days for smiting.
Great days for smiting.
I agree. Yeah, something around here. I think that looks pretty good based on the description. All right. So our next person is going to be picking out the clothing. This is going to be really fun.
And possibly difficult.
Again, Darth Melkor, you will be selecting the clothing. Just give me a general vibe there. Let me know roughly what you're thinking. Like, are they in a robe? Yeah.
Castering robe.
And while you think about it, I'll be kind of jumping through some different options.
Black cloak with purple tunic and red pants.
Okay.
You take over?
You can jump in if you'd like.
I'm faster at the computer than you are.
You are a very fast computer user.
Wanna swap?
You know what? You guys are gonna get second DM for a little
Second
bit.
DM. Second DM is here. Oh no.
And now I'm just a voice in the head.
Oh, your headphones are way too big.
Oh, well.
It's fine. Alright. So we're looking for a cloak?
Yeah, currently we're looking for an outfit that's got a cloak, a tunic, and some pants. And
Okay.
probably just about any cloak outfit, but
A cloak. Do we need to do feet?
no, that's part of the fit. That's cool. We'll go
No
to
shoes on the halfling, I'm seeing.
no
I
shoes.
agree.
We're taking
No,
the
that
taking
was
the shoes
not-
off.
That was not our person who selected, but I do think a halfling with no shoes makes sense.
Yeah, let's go for that.
Yeah? Do we agree?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think at this stage of the build, we're just kind of looking to like
Now we're doing gear.
to get across the finish line. Yeah, now we're doing gear.
Okay.
Did you take the shoes off?
I did.
Oh, awesome.
Alright, where are we picking? Do I need to type that?
Let's
You
do
might
no
need to. I'll try it
shoes.
from yours because you are technically
You Dark Melkor.
enabled.
Okay. Does this character have...
Weapons. They have
Teamwork makes the
they're a
dream
sorcerer,
work.
but they have a light crossbow if you want to include that.
You have a light crossbow. Yeah, if you want that. Let's see. So it's up to you, Defiant Chaos, what you want to do. You can put the crossbow in the hand, on the side, on the back, daggers on the side, up to you.
Guys, I'm so happy all this stuff is actually working.
Really.
I love that you guys are interacting with it. Let me know if there are any features you'd like to see improved upon or added, especially when it comes to this, because I am not afraid to try just about anything. And this new system really does allow me to do almost anything.
Yeah, crossbow in hand. I think that's a good one. And then they also had daggers.
They did have daggers. We could also do like a magic effect in the other hand, especially with the sorcery. I think that makes sense.
We can do that here because this is just gear, but we can do that.
I'm fine with combining like
yeah
those two things.
Yeah, let's find a dagger. I think this one fit. Chat, what you guys think?
I'll make it look real cool, I promise.
Because I missed that prompt. All right. Yeah, I think we can make this one look really cool.
All right. We ready to go to the color of it?
Ready to go to the pose.
The pose, of course. Who could forget the pose?
All right, so now we got a set character. Is this character one?
Yes.
Okay, who's going to get to pick the pose? Dark Knight Yin.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, buddy. So, just give me a general vibe and we can make it work. This one or the previous one? This one or the one with the leg up? This one looks nice. Okay, I agree. I think this is the one.
Awesome.
The one we're doing. And then do we
yeah,
want
that
them...
one.
Got it. And then we want them to look a little dramatic, we said? Or maybe we want them to be like a little more angry? And a little more.
Number two
give
looks
him some
better.
attitude.
Got it. Dark Knight Yin. Okay. I think that's a good one. Okay. Then now we get to pick color.
Yep. This will be the last thing, and we'll need to make sure and save this so that I know what to paint it whenever I print this.
Okay, so you want to pick someone new?
Yeah, I got you. Whoever this picks, you're going to get to choose the general color scheme for this character.
Oh, it's me. You have to repick.
Oh, no. Tadzamo, what are you doing in there?
I don't know.
It's because I'm active again typing.
XIVM, you get to pick the color.
Nice.
BD, he has a Prusa.
I have a Prusa for filament printing, and I've got a Frozen Mighty 4K for resin printing. So that's what I use for most of these minis. But that Prusa is a workhorse. I have been pining for the new bamboo printers, but
Justin, I see you. Do some chaos.
Justin, thank you for being a member for 18 months, and
I think
thank you
someone
for
already
trying to
picked
redeem
colors.
chaos. I'll remember you said that.
I think you're right, XIVM. I think we did mention earlier red pants, purple cloak.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So this one's kind of, let's see. This one's got red pants, blue cloak. That's pretty close, yeah?
Yeah, I like that.
Okay. What are they? Dark skinned? Medium?
That sounds right.
Yeah. Okay, well, you want to pick their skin tone then, XIVM?
This is looking like a really nice mini.
Yeah.
Once again, I thought we were getting some.
This, like,
Grayish.
grayish. Okay.
Oh yeah, for shadow, like their skin
Yeah.
has been drained of color.
We may not be able to do that. Oh, yeah, this is kind of gray. Okay, we can do
Yeah.
this. Yeah. And then we will save.
I would say too. Is there spell flames or is it?
yeah.
Is it shadow? Because we might need to change that. But that could be a note for me.
I think,
You know.
yeah. Like we can. This.
And spell effects is you see that all the way to the right where the fire is.
Yeah. Fire magic. Maybe like purple. How about that? What do we think on that? Black and purple.
Ooh, that looks fantastic in my
Yeah.
opinion. I don't want to guide us too far.
Okay. Cool. All right, chat. Thumbs up in the chat if we like what we
Yes.
have. All right. So this is our final Yancifer Delilah II. I think it's going to be named Poppy.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool.
Darker
Right.
hair.
Darker hair. Let's see if we can get her hair to be darker. Their hair to be darker. Maybe like this? Or like
Oh yeah, I
kind of
think
the grayish purple. Yeah, I think that's what I'm feeling.
that looks good.
We got thumbs up in the chat. We're good.
All right.
All right. Save. So now we're going to pick us a new one. I think XIVM, you are still piloting character 1 for now.
So who's gonna pilot character 2?
Watch
Justin.
in. All right. So now you get to pick your
Base.
base.
So let us know. Do you think this dwarf has a super long beard? Maybe he keeps it tight. Maybe he's got a really short beard and crazy long hair.
Trying to zoom out just a little. Okay. Was Valen female?
I don't think we had decided. Were they female?
I think
Oh, they were. That's my fault. Yeah, you can
Let
go
it
back.
flow,
and change
baby.
Let it flow, baby.
that.
Or there we go. But they did have a beard. I remember we said that.
Yeah.
Beard, all of the above. Okay. So you want long hair, Justin? Like long flowing hair? Like this?
Ooh. Yeah, the zoom is very hard to control on there. Mo moves fast.
I do
The
move
mutton
fast.
chops.
The mutton chops.
I
Got it.
agree with that
I
fully.
agree.
Yeah.
All right. Anything different you want to change with her tongue or her ears or her
That will show off the
eyes?
beard better.
I agree.
Darth Melkor.
All right.
Once again, give us the vibe. Let us know what Valen is
Are they
looking
super
like.
tall? They stocky? They caked up? You guys got me like in full like everyday mo. I'm not in stream mode right now.
That's all it is. We're just hanging out.
This character is a barbarian.
Short and stocky.
Short and stocky. Got it.
Just say no to cankles and no tail.
Okay, cover some thick. Dude, we got conflicting answers in the chat there. We got say no to
I pick
cankles.
things up and I put them down.
I love it. I love it. All right, Jason, you're picking the clothing for Valen. So give me a vibe. She's going with skimpy to show off her curves. All right.
Especially as a
Let's do it.
barbarian, that makes all the sense in the world.
Yeah, let's do it.
She's going with skimpy to show off her curves.
Is she wearing any like headgear or like capes or anything like that?
Our
Say
friends
no to granny panties.
No to granny panties. You got it.
always say no to the granny
Yeah,
panties.
looking for like a good little skirt. Oh yeah, that's the one I think.
Looking like she's come straight out of Dr. Stone, if anybody
Yeah.
watches that anime.
Someone is asking you about your paint.
Nice sandless. The midriff is perfect.
I use contrast paints for a lot of things, so Citadel. But it's really only because I typically need to paint fast when I do need to paint. Outside of that, I usually go for cheap paints for like terrain and stuff from like folk art. Just generally. I have some game color stuff too, but I don't use that as often.
All right, Jason, if we give her a helmet, can't see that luscious hair anymore.
Okay,
So-
I'm not mad at the
SCRTCHE
helmet
helmet.
either way.
It looks terrible.
I agree. All right, is she wearing anything on those feet, or has she got them dogs out?
I kind of want to. Okay, I mean, you guys feel free to do it or not, but I kind of want to know what the bot
Sandals.
sounds like barking.
Oh yeah, somebody. Ira, can you say woof woof? We need to know what this voice sounds like when it goes woof 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 woof. All right, let me-
Everyone is down bad for this
Sandals.
barbarian. Are we sure her charisma is a 9?
Are you sure, Chris?
Bark bark half half.
It's actually a 7, by the way. I saw somebody
She's
mention
got
9
sexy
earlier. It's
sandals to
definitely
show off
7.
those thick ankles. Wolf wolf.
It just woofed at me. Oh, are we thinking this? That is emphasizing those ankles, my man.
Woof woof for a
I am dying at the chat barking at me right now. Amazing. Here's the chaos. It just took me taking over.
Yeah. I was too controlled. That's my fault. I let it slip.
Oh man. Jason, you like these sandals?
Those sandals slay.
I agree, Ira.
All day.
I think they're a sleigh. I am now role-playing as character 3, so reassign me.
Oh.
Jason, if you don't agree with these sandals, I'm keeping them anyway. All right. So now it's time for gear.
That's not a
Morning
bad
star
thing.
on her hips and javelin in both hands.
Okay. I love that this is what she looks like with a 7 charisma.
She's definitely making an impression, believe it or not.
All right. We agree? Dark Knight Yin? I think we're good. So next is our pose.
Okay, so who's picking the pose here? Tiago. And I know you're in here. You were just chatting with
Dark
us.
Knight Yin, you were just a little too slow.
Oh no!
Muscle mommy.
Muscle mommy. That's good.
I love this.
That is exactly what
So
Valen
funny.
is.
All right.
That might become the last name, actually.
Yeah, Tiago Levis. How do we want her standing? Do we want just like this, just ready to go?
Jason said T-pose.
Do we want her holding them like this? Oh, that's going to make it really hard to put on the table. I kind of like this one.
Find a ragey vibe.
That is a good one.
Rage vibe. Okay. Let's see.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
Oh, man.
All right.
Would not want to be on the other end of that javelin.
Okay, last part is our color. Who's picking it?
POV she just saw chat.
Yeah, she just saw chat. Odd the Bard. Brett, are you around?
Yeah, actually, I haven't seen Brett in a second.
I haven't. Valen Muscle Mommy. I'm gonna go put that on her character sheet. Valen
Quote unquote.
Muscle Mommy. Be her. It's official.
Oh, not even a open close quote. It's a colon.
It's a colon.
Valen, muscle mommy.
All right, Brett, are you around? If not, we might let chat choose this one because Jason agrees that she should be blonde.
Yeah, might as well go in that direction. See what happens.
Let's go for a theme. She dark-skinned, light-skinned. She is a Goliath, right?
No, this is a dwarf.
So she's probably pretty tan, right?
Could go anyway. Spray. Ira says spray tan.
I think we could make her tan, blonde hair. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Looks very classic barbarian.
What color is she wearing? I don't think
Goliath dwarf. She is tall for a
Yeah, I'll
dwarf.
swap out to someone else. Brett might have tapped out for the night.
Yeah, that's okay. Jason 96. Perfect, because you're already picking. Definitely want her to be blonde, so let's go make her golden blonde, right? Or is it more like this one, I think? Yeah, so
Blonde
DC.
with tanned skin. She thinks she's beautiful.
Thank you, Jason. Help me pick her clothing color. And DC, that is what we're going to do. So I don't know if it's going to be like a random cast member, but next week it'll all get like changed out with you guys. Are you saying one of us should come in and play a character instead of Chat?
I mean, that might be fun to have an extra person in.
Yeah, it could be.
Change the format a little bit.
Yeah. Jason, how are we feeling about this color?
Well, that's good.
Yeah, I kind of like that one. A little leather loincloth.
Especially because I remember they were like nature and
Yeah.
survival based.
Ooh,
She's a wild one, so leopard print will work.
perfect. Okay. So I think we have her figured out. Let me go ahead and save. And I think that is Balin. Yeah?
One left.
One left.
And then the adventure begins.
All right.
Cheetah print for the absolute win.
And now, what was their name? This one. Okay, this is our Goliath. So let me go.
Goliath Paladin.
Goliath Paladin. Let me open their character sheet.
Who's in character 3 already?
Ira.
This is the
Yeah, Ira, you
perfect
can start
muscle
things
mommy
off.
beauty.
Help us pick out the face.
Yeah. So Ira, you're up. Let me get to.
I do want to say Jason did a really good job of imagining what this character looks like, and they posted the image in Discord if anybody wants to check that out.
Ira, you want us to swap you? Okay.
Done deal. Say no more.
Yeah.
Tiago.
You're back up, buddy.
But we'll know what's
Bald
under
with
there.
long beard.
Bald with long beard. I love it.
Hmm.
I have not
love
seen the Discord, but it would be really funny to make this paladin really thick cause he has the most big stats.
You know, I am tempted to agree with you, Nazo dude. You should make him really thick. Thick with 2 C's. Alright, Tiago, we thinking this long braided beard or like long beard like this?
Oh. I've never done a long beard on a mini before.
Ira says it's pseudo-canon that Goliaths can't get facial hair. They can in our world.
Yep.
This Goliath has
Good
a
to know.
beard because he uses
I think
great
that's
beard
why
oils.
canonically Grog is so excited that he grows a beard in Critical Role stuff.
This Goliath has a beard because he uses great beard oils. It's true.
The mullet of beards. A neck
Also a
beard,
fun
Ryan
moustache,
says.
longest beard possible.
Longest beard possible and a fun mustache. Fun.
Oh, wow.
We like the curly mustache.
I do like the curly mustache. Maybe the slightly shorter curly. I do like that.
Long curly mustache.
Long curly.
Short curly mustache.
Good call, Leonis. He said this Goliath has a beard because he found the magic oils. Definitely need to remind you guys that Tabletop Beard is a wonderful sponsor. They've been
They
sponsoring
are.
us for well over a year now, and we have been working closely with them on a lot
He's
of their
matching
ads,
muscle
and some of their
mommy's beard
products.
energy.
So, definitely check some of that out if you haven't already. And if you've got a beard, I think most of you probably do.
Or if you're just a woman with curly hair.
It works for that too.
It's for that too. Alright, so this is what we've chosen for their head.
Nice.
Body. Who's up?
The final body of the night.
901. Thank y'all for sticking around and having fun with us.
Yeah, I'm so glad everybody's enjoying this. I knew it was going to be a little tricky to get like the feedback from chat and stuff, but I think when
This
everybody's
is the most
piloting
divine
and playing the
beard
adventure,
ever.
it's going to go
Well
a lot
done.
quicker.
It's really fun. Ira, you got chosen again. Okay, real tall.
Real tall.
Yeah.
All the way up. Make him a giant.
His head is so huge it's got its own weather system.
More beard.
More beard. I might have to physically move it in the pose, make it stick out, because I think it's buried in the...
Yeah, it is.
We'll fix it. All right, so this is our big-ass Goliath.
Big-ass Goliath.
Oh, my God. Okay. Clothing.
Who's picking the clothes here? The last fit check.
Defiant Chaos.
Defiant Chaos.
Let's go.
When he's dressed like that, he kind of reminds me of Tim from Monty Python.
Oh my God, he does. The one I had on first.
Old
Unfortunately,
noble clothes with pauldrons.
okay,
Which is your favorite color?
this is what DC wants. Old noble clothes. So
That looks great.
I'm moving too fast.
All right, I'm back. We're deleting everything. No, just kidding.
Don't forget to save it.
Oh, yeah. Definitely want to save this so far.
The seamstress who saw this man either fainted or knew they were gonna make some bank.
They definitely made some money off of this guy. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Also because he's a fire giant descendant and probably burns half the clothes he wears. So we like this for the noble's clothes, I would imagine. And if we're wanting some pauldrons, we can add some here. I don't know if you have a preference on the look of them. Honestly, we're gonna have to go big because they look they look weird on a mini that is so big. Gotta have big pauldrons.
Yeah, the mini is cute.
Honestly, these might work best because they like cuff up around the sleeve a little bit
Yeah, I do like that.
instead of cutting through the model. How do we feel about that? Who's piloting again?
DC.
DC. Let me know how you feel about those ones. If not, I can keep looking. Who's picking the gear? No guns, but
You're gonna have to move his beard up later too.
I will change that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Melkor, welcome back. Welcome back to the fray.
Yeah. And I have his character sheet open, but he has a lance. Remember? We talked about that.
Oh, I don't know why I keep thinking big weapons, but yes, there's a lance. He also has a longsword and a shield.
He does have a shield. We don't have the shields on the minis very often. I feel like I like.
No, we don't. I do like to see the shields, and they've got some good ones here.
Yeah.
While you guys are doing that, I'm gonna adjust the beard.
Lance or en hands with long sword on hip and shield on back.
Shield on
Got it.
back. That's a cool idea.
Yeah.
I like that.
Lance in hands, though.
No symbol.
Shield with symbol.
Shield with symbol. Got it.
Right, Darth Melkor.
And the yays have it.
Yep.
So let's now go to pose. We're gonna get somebody else to do that.
Pick character 3. See who it is. Who gets to pick the final one? Tracy!
Tracy!
You get to do our final decision of the night.
Well, we're doing color after
Oh,
this.
sorry. Second to final decision
Second to
of the
final.
night.
You should be
You guys got me in
dual
rare form
wielding
tonight.
this.
This is the, like,
Like the
most
baseball
goofy
swinging
I've ever
pose
been
has a
on a stream.
majestic feel to it. It feels perfect lol.
That is true. The baseball swinging pose does definitely have a certain je ne sais quoi.
Je ne sais quoi.
I think this is our pose.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead to the color now. This will be the last decision of the night.
Justin, I think we've already chosen you. Yeah?
So-
And the group did decide he needs a ginger beard.
Yeah, I think the ginger beard is a bygone conclusion.
Yeah.
Red Eyes
I
looks
like
like
it.
something else.
He likes it. Justin likes it.
Awesome.
Cool.
There we go.
And
That's our guy.
That's our guy.
In all his glory.
Yeah, and all of this is subject to artistic change whenever we go to paint them.
Yeah, I can't get these
Good
perfect.
contrasts.
But we're gonna do our best.
I can't agree more. These are very interesting characters you guys have put together. And honestly, like well-balanced ones. You guys did a really good job on this.
Yeah, good job.
So, thank you so much for participating in session 0 of Depths of Nerethys. I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. Make sure to tune in next Wednesday when we run this campaign for the very first time. It is sure to be chaotic. It is sure to be crazy. I'm sure to have some new bells and whistles that I'll be adding over the course of the week. But until then, go out there and make some chaos. Bye!
That was so much fun.
Bye.